It Nearly Wasn't Christmas is a pretty decent film. This was released in 1989. It's directed by Burt Brinckerhoff, and it's written by Golda David and Alan J. Glueckman, and we have a cast including Charles Durning, Beverly, Rowland, and Risa Schiffman, and this is a story about Santa Claus. And Santa decides to skip Christmas this year as he doesn't feel like people have the right spirit and they're too selfish and they're always asking things for themselves and they're not asking for things for other people. And he's just fed up. So he decides that he's going to skip Christmas this year. But then he meets a young girl called Jenny. And she wants to bring her parents back together. They've separated, and she might be able to help Santa change his mind. It's a decent story. I think there are obviously some really important messages in here about selfishness and greed versus thinking of others. And it does make me think, because I guess there are two arguments here. Thinking back to my childhood, when I made my Christmas list, I'm pretty sure I only ever asked for toys out of the Argos catalogue. But that being said, if I'm going to ask for something for somebody else, it's not Santa that I'm going to ask. It's somebody else with a more religious angle. But nevertheless, it is a really solid message, and it just makes people think about thinking of others before thinking of themselves. And it's always a fabulous message. We also have messages about, or I guess support and comfort for people in Jenny's situation who are maybe facing their parents separating. There's an element of relatability there that could bring comfort to some people. I will say it's a bit awkward because it does encourage going off with a man dressed as Santa Claus, which is what happens with Jenny. That in itself is not a great message. No young child should ever be encouraged to go off with a man who's dressed as Santa Claus, because that's very suspicious. Obviously, within the film, it's absolutely fine, but I don't think it was the strongest message. That being said, is it a children's film? Is it a film that would appeal to younger viewers? I guess. I do feel like it's a family film. It's not a children's film. I do feel like it's more of a family film, but it's just worth bearing in mind that maybe that part of the message isn't the best. Jenny is a lovely character, though, and I do love this version of Santa Claus. Attenborough will always be my Santa, but I have, anything that looks even remotely like Attenborough's Santa is a win for me. This one, it's getting there. Certainly, visually, the character looks great, the way the character carried himself and conducted himself. Yes, I thought it was great. Seeing him quite angry was a bit strange. Obviously, at the beginning, he's very angry at these children asking for all of these things for themselves, and he is quite angry, and it's a different side to Santa that we don't often see. I think it's a very well-written, very believable, very interesting version of Santa Claus. We have some great camera work and some great music with the film, and in general, I found it to be an absolute delight. It's also very festive, not over the top. It's not the most sickly sweet Christmas film, which I know will work well for some people, but there's still a very nice amount of Christmas in this. So if you're looking for something to get into the Christmas spirit, then It Nearly Wasn't Christmas could be a decent one to go with. I rather enjoyed it, and I'm happy to recommend it.